guys, what is up? Welcome back to my channel. It's Shank. So in today's video, I'm gonna be doing things a little differently. I'm gonna take it in a different route and talk about a serious topic. And that topic is representation in the media / entertainment business. Also, side note, I just dropped my coffee like 5 minutes ago and I had to clean it up. So this is a great start to this video. I am pissed. Let's get into it. This topic is honestly fueled by my frustration and disappointment with the lack of opportunity and lack of respect for people of color in the entertainment business. Now, obviously, as a content creator, I technically fall into that category of entertainment, so you can see why I'm very disappointed. Now, as much as society claims that we're progressive and things are not as they used to be, things are still pretty bad, and that doesn't take away from the inequalities and injustices that still go on. Now, before I get more into it, I just have to preface that if you're offended by anything that I'm saying, then you are most likely a part of the problem. Your allyship to minorities and people of color should include listening to their experiences and their stories instead of becoming defensive and downplaying their experiences. Now, because I know that there are ignorant people out there on the internet, I'm gonna say this right now, I'm not gonna entertain those kinds of comments. Argue with your mom, your dad, your therapist. I do not care. Take it elsewhere. So growing up, I've noticed a lack of people of color in TV and movies, and I'm pretty sure y'all have noticed it too. However, my frustration really ran to an all-time high recently after watching a show that I used to love. That show is Big Brother. Now, this video is not about that show, but I am going to use a quick example from that TV show. Now, quickly, if you don't know what the show is, it's a reality TV series where people get eliminated each week by a vote-out system. Now, each season there is about 16 cast members, and out of those 16 people, 4 to 5 of them are people of color, and if you think about it, give or take, that is about 25% of their cast. It's always a stereotypical casting decision of one black woman, one Asian woman, one Latino person, and then one black man. And currently on this season, only women and minorities have been eliminated so far, so you could see where I'm going with that one. It didn't just happen on this season, but last season, all of the people of color got eliminated back to back within the first couple of weeks. The people of color on the show constantly get villainized and outcasted by everyone else, and nobody wants to work with them, and there always seems to be this majority white alliance that just so happens to be excluding people of color and eliminating them within the first couple of weeks. To me, this just seems like more than just a coincidence. And to make matters worse, even on this season that's going on right now, the microaggressions towards black people that are happening on this very same season have become so apparent, and it's so frustrating to watch as a viewer and as someone that used to love the show. Now, because I do want to get to the point of this video, I'm going to leave out those specific details of those specific situations because you guys can do your own research about this show on your own time, but I am going to continue with the point of this video. The point that I'm trying to make out of all of this is that the discrimination against people of color on reality TV shows have become so apparent. And the problem truly lies in casting and TV production, because I honestly believe that they have the power to change the perception and change the outcome of these situations. If every single show had a 25% diversity rate similar to Big Brother, and that was increased to about a 50 to 60% rate, I honestly think that there would be less subliminal disrespect and microaggressions towards people of color in these TV series. Now, forget reality shows for a second, let's talk about TV and movies. It's either you don't get a role because you're a person of color, or you do get a role, but it's usually something that is very stereotypical and offensive. Now, if you don't know what I mean by a stereotypical role, here's what I mean. If you think about Indian actors that are on TV, usually the roles that they play are either very nerdy, very awkward, or they have a thick Indian accent. And then sometimes it's all three. Think about Raj from The Big Bang Theory, Apu from The Simpsons, Abed from Community, Baljeet from Phineas and Ferb, and literally every single Aziz Ansari role. And it's funny because I constantly got harassed with the comparisons to Baljeet from Phineas and Ferb on TikTok, up to the point where I actually had to mute the word, and here's why I muted it. Here's the thing, I don't mind being compared to a TV character or a cartoon. It's just the fact that this character is associated with so many untrue stereotypes about Indian people that Hollywood tries to force on us is what makes me uncomfortable. I don't know if I'm pronouncing this name right. Mina Masood, the actor from Aladdin, even he mentioned that he turned down roles because all he got after Aladdin were stereotypical roles. And the thing is, it even happens in other communities too. Eva Longoria talked about how they constantly cast Latinos as people who are poor or struggling, and even Chadwick Boseman turned down a role where they wanted him to portray a slave. And I don't understand why they constantly want us to portray these roles for them. It's It's annoying at this point. I mean, clearly there's a huge issue when it comes to representation in the entertainment business, and we're just at a point where we're tired of being handed roles that are built off of stereotypes, whereas our white counterparts get to play rich and powerful people and they have strong character development, whereas our characters don't. It's so unfair. And I remember when I was younger and I expressed my desire to work in this entertainment industry, that I had a family member tell me how hard it would be because of who I am and where I came from. Now, instead of getting depressed and like going insane and just being sad about it, I already knew that in the back of my head I had to work 100 times harder. And I know that a lot of people of color also feel that. It's just an unfortunate reality, and I know that a lot of content creators out there can also relate to this. It's the fact that we as people of color have to work super hard just to get a smidge of recognition, whereas our white counterparts will do the bare minimum and still get success at a faster rate. I do not understand how that works. They could be doing the bare minimum, putting no effort into their work, and just be an all-around bad person, and they'll still reach success at a higher rate. And I genuinely believe that they get this kind of support based off their color of their skin and the racial bias within audiences. I just wish people in positions of power would do better. It's the fact that these networks and organizations pretend to care about us and pretend to care about the struggles that we go through, yet would never give us an opportunity to work with them. It's the fact that a casting director will whitewash yoga and order a chai latte from Starbucks, but won't think twice to cast an Indian person in their series. It's the fact that these producers will have a statement like BLM in their bio, but they constantly allow their black co-workers to be belittled and talked down to. It's the fact that a network will talk about diversifying its company, but won't think twice to hire a Latino director. It's all performative at this point. Where is the so-called diversity that these companies and networks speak of? Having one person of color in a cast of 8 white people is not diversity. And to make matters worse, it's the fact that in 2020 they're still having all white casts as if people of color don't even exist. What's up with that? Just last year, people were attacking and sending death threats to Halle just for landing the role of the Little Mermaid, which is a goddamn cartoon, and people want to preach about equality and diversity but get tight when a person of color gets casted in a major role. That doesn't make sense. The same thing happened to Zendaya when she got casted in Spider-Man. Like, I do not understand it. Honestly, I can speak for a lot of people at this point. I think we're all just tired, and I know that for me personally in my content creation career, I'm at a point where I'm trying to break down these boundaries, and I'm all about creating a space and a platform where I am able to do the things that I want to do freely and express all my greatness, my Indian greatness, my South Asian heritage, and all that type of stuff in a amazing and beautiful way without being restrained or it being categorized as the stereotypical thing. I am glad that I'm able to have my own platform and share these things with you guys, and I want that for all people of color everywhere. I feel like I'm rambling at this point because I'm so pissed, but I'm at a point where I don't want a seat at their table. Bitch, you can have that motherfucking table and that motherfucking seat. I'm gonna create my own fucking table with my own foundation on my own platform, and I think we all should be doing that at this point, because I'm not seeking your approval, your validation, or anything else from you, bitch. I'm honestly so exhausted that I'm trying to make jokes out of it, but I'm at a point where I'm trying to create and make my own lane so that my success is not determined by other people. I'm not going to put my success in the hands of people that don't care about me or where I come from, period. With that being said, I know that this topic was kind of heavy, but I do want to remind you guys that the thing that made you different, the thing that people made you feel different for, that is your superpower, and that is your strength in life, and that is what sets you apart from everybody else. Before I do end this video, I just want to mention something really crazy. 2 years ago in my advertising class, my teacher told me that if you want to be a celebrity or an influencer, or if you want to have your own company or your own brand, it's technically bad advertising and it's bad for your brand to talk about social and political stuff. But now, as I'm growing older and I'm becoming more comfortable with my content creation and where my space is in this entertainment business, I've realized that my brand is my life. These political and social issues are my life, and I have no other choice but to talk about it. It's either I sit here quietly and do nothing about it, or I speak up and fight for me and fight for my people and fight for people that I care about. I don't even have to be a part of that race or that ethnicity or that sexual orientation or whatever it is. It doesn't matter what it is. I'm here to fight for myself and for people, and I feel like, oh my god, I'm about to rant about something else. Jesus Christ. I just want to see change, and I want to see see something better for people of color, period. All of us. I want us to just be winning and be successful and just have a great life where we can go out and reach for the stars and go accomplish the same dreams that we have. I just don't want it to be harder for the generations to come to reach their goals and their dreams just based off the color of their skin or where they come from, because it's just unfair at this point. Honestly, the only thing that I am hoping for and wishing for is that there is an equal opportunity for everyone out there to reach their dreams, period. That's all I gotta say, and that's where I'm gonna end it. Thank you guys for watching this video and listening to me rant about something that is very close to my heart. Representation in entertainment and media is so important to me just because this is something that I'm currently working in, or I guess striving to build a career in. So yeah, thank you guys for watching this video and thank you guys for listening to me rant. Let me know what you guys feel about this in the comment section. Feel free to rant below down there too, because I know a lot of y'all probably feel the same thing. But yeah, thank you guys for watching and I'll see you guys next week. Deuces.
Yeah.